On today's episode, we're going to talk about what your competitive advantage is, whether you are a business owner, you are a professional growing within your organization, and you want to continue to stand out and have presence and influence. If you want to grow your business, if you want to stand out in your market, what is your competitive advantage? And it might not be what you think it is. So stay tuned, listen up, and let's talk about how you can stand out in your market. All right, welcome back. Let's talk today about what your competitive advantage is. And when I say competitive advantage, what I mean is what is your advantage in whatever your professional endeavors are. So I know that some of my listeners are leaders within organizations, and they want to have this edge up on, maybe it's that next promotion that you want. Maybe it's, to continue to elevate. Maybe it's to get into a new industry or a new market or a new team, or even you're like, how does our team have a competitive advantage? How do we have an advantage in the marketplace? Whatever industry you're in. And I know some of my listeners are small business owners or entrepreneurs, or maybe you're someone who's listening who is an aspiring. You're in your corporate work or your day-to-day work, and you're an aspiring small business owner. Whatever lens you have, this message is for you, because we're talking about what is your competitive advantage to stand out in the thing that you're doing. And I actually this prompted it. It was something that came up for me. Actually, when I was on my way to the office that I'm sitting in today as I'm recording this, and I was totally rocking out to music. Like, when you get those certain songs on the radio, excuse me, and I'm still getting over a cold here, so my voice is still a little scratchy, but we're going to go with it. When you're rocking out to those songs, and honestly, my singing at the top of my lungs probably didn't help my throat this morning. Those songs that you get on the radio, like, I'm sure you can just all picture, like, what is like that one or two songs that when it comes on, you just are like, volume up, look like a crazy person as people drive by you. Yeah, I have a couple of those songs. So that song came on this morning, and I'm just doing my thing. Luckily, I was driving country road, so I didn't pass a lot of people. Got my hands like pumping in the air, all the things. And I was like, oh, it just feels good to be fully yourself. Fully yourself. Now, I don't know that I would do fully that in a group of people, mostly because my voice is not made for singing, but I dance, I goof around, and it just made me think about being yourself. And then I got into the office and I was thinking about, what I wanted to post for some content today. And this whole idea of competitive advantage came up in my head. And that's really what inspired my post, my social media post, and now the podcast that I wanted to share with you. And so it's going to be kind of a quick one today to just talk about so often when I'm working with my clients, like one-on-one clients that I'm working with who, when I'm working with someone one-on-one, they're typically coming to me because they want either executive coaching, like they're already a high-level executive within an organization, or it's an organization wanting me to work with their executive team, and they're already a high performer. They're already doing good. They want to take it to the next level. What does that next level look like? When it's small business owners and entrepreneurs, it's how do I use my voice to grow my business, to have a strong mindset, be resilient as a business owner, and how do I use my voice to grow my business, to stand out. And the thing is there is not just one way, right? If you look to the people that you aspire to be and whatever it is that they're doing, whether it's in business or even, personal things, like if you look to the people that you really admire, it's not just one thing that they're doing. There are so many different things. The challenge is that I find with people when they are trying to emulate and be just like that person that they aspire to be. Well, if I just implement their strategies, if I just follow the exact path that they did, that it's laid out for me. And sometimes we feel like our advantage, the way for us to get there, is by having, we think we need to have all the answers. We need to think that we can't fail along the way. Or sometimes we have a very cloudy view of what those people went through to get to where they are. And you cannot take the exact same thing that they did and do it for yourself and have the exact same results. Now, I say that to say success leaves clues, right? So there are definitely, we can find those success clues, those little like breadcrumbs that people show. Obviously, you need to have grit and you need to have tenacity and you need to have authenticity and you need to have confidence. Like, and there's certain business things, knowing metrics and like all these things that are success. But still, if you were to take that exact thing that they did and do it for yourself, it wouldn't work the same way, because you want to know the thing that's really your competitive advantage. Here's your little secret. It's you. You are the competitive advantage. You fully showing up with yourself, the confidence in yourself, the conviction in what you do and what you offer, your story, your message, your own brand, how you work with people, how you make people feel, your energy that you bring, the way that you move through obstacles, the way that you overcome, the way you even think of failure. You are the competitive advantage. It's you. And again, I was thinking about that when I was thinking about if we can fully own and show up and be ourselves, nothing stops you, because you're going to try the different strategies. You're going to try the different things that people do, and you're going to figure out what works for you. But you are along on that whole journey. You can't run away from yourself. You can't escape yourself. As much as we try and hide, block, change, cover up all of the truth of who we are, you're always with you. And so when you fully figure out, like, what is my thing? What is that? Like, how can I be more, instead of trying to change who I am? Now we have to continue to learn and grow and find blind spots and all of that. But when you find more to own who you are and have that authenticity and that confidence and that trust in yourself, that is your advantage. Whether it's a promotion, whether it's a new opportunity, whether it's a business, whether it's getting clients, whether it's getting the confidence to stand in front of a room of people and speak and present and to share your ideas, you are the competitive advantage. And the more that you build that conviction in yourself and find your unique thing, that is the thing that's going to set you apart. And, there's so much, I do so much in my firm and my business, like researching and figuring out, especially from a leadership development standpoint, like how are things changing? How is the future of work changing? What do we need from people? Like, technology and AI. And if anything, everything's just getting more competitive. There's just more people that want to have businesses. There are more layoffs, there's more competitions for roles. All of those things are going to keep happening. And the way that you stand out is you can't be like everybody else. You have to find that thing that you become known for. We talk about about personal branding with my clients, and like, what is your unique personal brand? Who are you? What words do you want people to come to mind when they think of you? We'll do this with small teams as well. Like, how do you want your team to be showing up? And so my challenge for you is, yes, if we aren't getting the results we want, I always say it's trying new strategies, trying new plans. All of those things are important. We can't, sometimes what got you here won't get you there. If you want something different, you need to do something different. At the same time, my challenge for you is to dig more into yourself and to really figure out, how can I anchor more into who I am, my story, my message, my skills, my strengths, and how do I use those to stand out? Because let me tell you, friend, the best competitive advantage that you have is for you to fully show up as you.